Welcome to our next episode of The Heartbeat of Bartlett. I'm Gabrielle with the Bartlett Chamber of Commerce, and I am so thankful to be here today with our wonderful representative from our sponsor, First South, Maria, and two of our lovely representatives who will tell us more and introduce themselves in just a moment. We are today highlighting Hispanic
member services
in the community. And as we know, the Hispanic community is a vibrant, important part of the Memphis community. And so we just wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of the wide variety of member services that we have in Bartlett and in the greater Memphis area. And so with that, I will let these two lovely ladies introduce themselves.
I want to introduce myself first.
Oh, yes. So sorry.
Hi, everybody. I'm Maria McLendon. I'm Chief Marketing Officer for First South Financial. And Gabrielle, we love sponsoring so many things at the Bartlett Area Chamber of Commerce because we love the Bartlett Area Chamber, but particularly the Heartbeat of Bartlett podcast series because we believe that small business is the heartbeat of any community. And I think through all of the wonderful guests that we've showcased, that has really shined through how the small business owners and small business members really make up the heart of a community. So no different today. We've got two wonderful guests from the Hispanic Member Services community. And if you will introduce yourself, Monica, we'll start with you.
Muchísimas gracias. My name is Monica Sanchez, and I have two hats. I represent two organizations. One is Memphis Noticias. Memphis Noticias is a local news outlet. They focus in the Hispanic community. Everything is in Spanish, and we broadcast local news. A lot of people get news from Univision, Telemundo, but it's for outside. But what is happening in Memphis, we take care of that part. And also my second hat is with Cazateatro. Cazateatro is the first and only bilingual theater group in Tennessee. Everything we do is in Espanol and English. So welcome if you want to practice your Spanish.
And Nay.
My name is Vianey. I am with First South Financial. I'm AVP of our Hispanic Member Services.
Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So there's so many things that I want to talk about. But first, so let's start. So Monica, you said you wear two hats, both with Cazateatro and Memphis Noticias, and I do want to talk a little bit about both. But can you tell us first about Cazateatro and how Cazateatro is involved in the Bartlett Area Chamber of Commerce?
Well, we are in Bartlett. We're in Bartlett. We have our office in the Stage Road. And that's the place where we provide bilingual theater classes for kids. We have workshops, of course, because we do plays. That's the place where we rehearsal. So that's the place where many people come to us. Even when we are a theater group, we are kind of multicultural group that provide different things. People who maybe are singers and they want to be connected, they come to us. Dancers, they also want to have a space, or they want to know how to connect with the Bartlett school system. We help in some kind of way to direct the people. And also because we do like festivals like the Latin Fest or the Day of the Dead Parade, we always need all these artists to show. And the most important thing that we want is to showcase how diverse the Hispanic community is, because a lot of people already know about the people from Mexico, mariachis, folkloric dancers, things like that, food. But we have more than 86,000 Latinos living in the Memphis area right now.
Wow.
From those, we have a large community that is, yes, from Mexico, but the second largest community is from Guatemala. And we have a lot of people from Venezuela, Colombia, El Salvador, Honduras. So we want to showcase their culture, their food, their dancers, their writers. And we have a lot of painters here that try to show how beautiful is their country. So that's something that we try to do with Cazateatro. we want to keep we do plays, but also we want the people to see the Latino community, see them more than what they know, what they think they know. And especially want the people, next time they hear somebody speak in Espanol, stop themselves before they say, he must be from Mexico, she must. No, that person might be from Puerto Rico, Colombia, Venezuela.
Dominican Republic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people from Panama, and the people don't know that.
Yeah.
So
That's beautiful. I actually want to learn a little bit more about Cazateatro. So you provide educational programming for youth and adults?
we provide from kids from first grade to 12th grade, and also young adults and adults who wants to be part of it. We teach bilingual. Right now, we are doing this collaboration with Barlett Memphis. We have a summer camp where the kids can learn theater, ballet, and practice their Spanish. Something that we know is many of their kids are taking Spanish during the school year. And you have 2 months of break.
You need to continue.
Exactly. And it's like they come back to school and ¿cómo? So we try to help at least having one week so the kids can practice. They can practice their Spanish.
That's very important. I saw back in February you all also hosted an Afro-Latina festival.
Yes.
And I think that's really important too because, like you said, there are more than 86,000 Latinos in Memphis. And we know that Memphis has a very strong just people of color population in general. And so to have this opportunity to see so many communities come together is very beautiful.
Yeah.
We have around more than 136,000 Latinos in Shelby County. But you're right. There's a lot of, with the Afro-Latino, what we try to do is to show the people that we are not that different. The history happened the same way it happened here, happened in all the Caribbean and all Latin America. So when you hear some music from Puerto Rico with African roots, everybody's going to say, oh, well, that sounds like this kind of music. Or I get related. A lot of people don't know that maybe cumbia and salsa have African roots. So you're dancing bachata, you're dancing salsa. Well, there's a little bit of African roots in that rhythm. And that's the thing because in the Caribbean and some places in Latin America, the slaves wasn't able to speak. So what they did, they danced. That was the way they expressed. So with the drums and everything, they tried to express themselves. And we keep that. So for me, it's always to show that we are not that different. We have more things in common that we can enjoy than things that can separate us.
Yeah.
We don't have to listen to the people. You don't have nothing in common. Don't get along. No. Yes, we
There's
do.
so much in
We
common.
have a lot of things in common. So let's get together.
Music and dance is
Yeah.
beautifully to bring people
It's
together.
so connected.
You don't have to speak the language to feel the music.
Well, and
true.
isn't it true that by listening to song lyrics, you can actually learn a language more quickly? So, like, if you are looking to pick up the Spanish language, you can learn it much more quickly through music lyrics.
I was telling a friend that in my country, when you're in high school, I have a lot of teachers. The way they teach you English, they use the Beatles. So you start singing Yellow Submarine and everybody, we are living in we maybe don't know at the moment, but we start learning with music.
Yeah.
With the lyrics, you start learning
and
another
it's connective.
language.
It connects in your brain when you learn it with music. So, so I do want to make sure that we talk to Nay. I'm sure Nay and I work together at First South Financial, and I'm sure that if we never got to her, she would be okay with it. But we're not going to let her off the hook. So when we talk, so I have a great friend with Hispanic heritage, and he always talks with passion about la cultura.
Sí.
La cultura. So I love the multicultural component of what Cazateatro is doing, and we will talk about Memphis Noticias in a moment. But to bring the conversation to my colleague Vianey, Reyes, So recognizing, maybe Nay, just tell a little bit of your story. So we have started a division in First South Financial that is Hispanic Member Services, where the division is fully and completely focused on meeting the needs of our very large and important Hispanic community. So will you talk a little bit about how you and Monica are connected and the work that you're doing through First South to reach this community?
Yeah, so this division, started a year or so ago. We were very much focused on helping our members, our current members, and any future members that walk through our doors by providing products and services in language and barrier free, because we know that in the Hispanic community, we have different individuals that have different financial needs. And so as an institution, and my personal goal was able to help anyone that walked through those doors. And we've developed different products and services that have expanded our membership base and have allowed individuals to obtain their financial goals through lending. So that was a big step for First South, because the Hispanic community, like you mentioned, is so large that we wanted everyone to feel that financial empowerment, because we did see, and I'm sure Monica has seen, where, some individuals from our community feel like they can't obtain certain access, that they can't obtain certain benefits. But bringing that to them is such an eye-opener for that community. Yeah. And it's like when somebody heard about First South and what we were doing, they were referring 5 of their friends, and their 5 of their friends were referring 5 of their friends. So it grew so big that I was able to connect with different businesses, and one of the businesses was Cazateatro. I reached out. We actually have a colleague in common who wanted us to meet initially, which is Teresa Griffith. Yeah. And she had passed me along her information. At that time, I was so busy because it was just, at that time, it was just me trying to get this department up and running and, providing different services. And when I finally had a chance to speak with Monica and just kind of, go over my experiences with, the Hispanic community, and then coming here, not knowing English. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, I didn't speak any English when I first.
Did you learn through song?
I learned through television, through music, through everything, through school.
Sesame Street is
exactly.
Believe me.
Yeah. And so we were able to connect. We participated in their Day of the Dead parade, and we were able to get a booth set up there. We were able to kind of just me being here. I moved here in 2017, and I'd never participated in the Latin Fest or anything that the Hispanic community was bringing to Memphis. And when I was finally able to go to the Day of the Dead parade, Dia de los Muertos, it was so nice, and we hope to participate in that this year as well.
Yeah,
I think something that First South. that you are doing right now with the community is telling the people you're welcome in this organ. Yeah. We don't want you just to do business with us. We welcome you. Why? Because you have somebody who speaks the language. A lot of people feels better do that kind of transactions in your own language, not because we don't speak the language, but because sometimes it feels good to speak on alien and say, oh, okay, this is what I want, to open an account, to see what's going on.
Financial services are intimidating to begin with. They're intimidating to begin with. And so then when you add the added barrier of language. So and just to give Nay a little bit of a plug. So since starting the division, we have increased the number of bilingual speaking representatives that we have across the organization. So whether you call or whether you come in person, we have the ability for you to have someone who is bilingual, who can speak to you in both English and in Spanish. And Nay, by herself, has translated a number of our materials so that they are in language as well. So, I mean, it truly is a representation of service and a representation of her passion, like her her desire to meet the needs of this community, and then do every little action that it takes in order to meet the needs of her community.
For example, the when you were part of the Dia de Muertos and you have the information, and the people see somebody they can relate. She looks like me.
Yeah.
And she talks like me. Oh, this is good. So that is a big plus. And that's something that I always grateful for organizations, company, that they try a little extra. There's a lot of people out there say, why you don't speak English? Well, I do. But there are certain things that I feel more comfortable. And these companies make me feel welcome, having somebody who's going to understand me. So you don't want to have somebody bilingual, it's okay, don't worry. But when somebody bilingual, you're gonna open to more people.
Yeah.
And you wanna welcome everybody. And you're gonna say, well, I want to do my business here. That's why I'm gonna recommend 5 people. Yeah. And they're gonna recommend another 5 people.
And it just shows care and concern for the community at large, and that you are doing things to meet the need as opposed to making people come to you. And I think that that's really wonderful.
And it comes back to the comment of multicultural, right? It's not isolated culture, it's multicultural. It's being inclusive, and it's really celebrating the attributes of what makes each of us different, but at the end of the day, that makes us all the same as well.
Something that I always say when I have meetings or I give a speech to people is that Memphis, speaking just of Memphis, we can say that Memphis used to be a panda. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But now Memphis is a pickup, a beautiful pickup with different cultures.
Yeah.
Not just the Latino culture, but you have people from the Middle East. You have people from Asia, from any part of the world. So we have to be able to open our hearts and our minds and say, and welcome everybody. And say, well, this is now the new Shelby County. This is the new Memphis. We have to change and adapt and move forward.
Yeah.
And making the people welcome is the best part.
Yeah.
I always say, know about your neighbors. We are your neighbors. The more you know about your neighbor, the stronger the community is going to be, and the less afraid you're going to be.
Yeah.
Because you're afraid of what you don't know. So let's know about each other.
So I'm going to bring it full circle from the Bartlett Chamber, right? So Cazateatro is a member of the Bartlett Chamber of Commerce, and that's how Nay became connected. Teresa Griffiths from First South Financial is actively involved in the Bartlett Chamber of Commerce, and that's how she made the connection between Nay and Monica. And so now I want to kind of pivot to Memphis Noticias, because Nay brought the Memphis Noticias opportunity to us as an advertising opportunity. I wanted you to talk a little bit about that, because it blew my mind.
Okay. So here's the thing, Memphis Noticias, like I said, it focuses just in local news. Like I said, a lot of people turn on Telemundo, Univision, and they know what is happening in Los Angeles, New York, or somewhere else. But what happened here, if there's a fire, if there's a store, if there's a shooting, unfortunately we have to do that. If there's a shooting, locally the people needs to know what's going on. We have election. We were talking with Mayor Paul right now, who is really open to listen everybody. So our idea is to keep the people in Shelby County close to what is happening here. And we do it in Spanish because we have a lot of people who is new. And also a lot of people who comes back and forth, who was here and then go back to their places or whatever town they're coming, but they need to know what's happening. So we want the people to know news, but also to know resources, what they can use. For example, if somebody's hiring. I think we did a hiring campaign, and the people sometimes they don't know. They ask the comadre, say, "Hey, do you know any jobs they need bilinguals?" Well, you don't have to rely on your friend. You can go and check on Memphis Noticias. You can advertise your business, what you do. We want the people to use the Memphis Noticias a way to get close to the community and let them know. Like I say from the beginning, you're welcome. My business wants your business. We welcome you, so please come. We're gonna, like the restaurants who come and say, this is the food for you, it's international food. Come and try it. Come and try it. So our idea is keep the community close in one way with news, and also let them know the service they can use.
The resources that are
the
available.
resources, they're there, but sometimes people don't use it because they don't
just don't know about it.
exactly.
So tell us how many followers you have on.
We have right now around more than 87,000 followers.
And that's what blew me away. That's what blew, that
and
was.
70% are Shelby County and DeSoto County, because a lot of people say, it's in social media, maybe somebody from, from Colombia. No, we're grateful for the way the Facebook does it, that we know that more than 75% is locally.
Yeah.
So
And that just shows the
here.
importance of it, and people were looking for a source for news and information and a resource hub.
And one of the things, Manuel Duran, who's the CEO, who's the head of Memphis Noticias, is a well-known influencer of the Latino community. He's one of the leaders of the Hispanic community, and so people trust him. Is to say, look, this organization, this business is open to you. People is gonna do it. We used to have a dentist a long time ago. She had a lot of business, and then she said, I can't take any more patients. And we were happy. We were sad that she has to stop the ads, but we were happy that there was a moment she said, there's no way I can take more patients. I already have, so I have to stop it. So much business. So that's one of the things that we are really happy to do for other business.
Yeah. Well, we had a wonderful experience with Memphis Noticias, and I mean, again, you're exactly right. We have to have the capacity in order to communicate with that many people, but we will definitely be working with you again. So look forward to that. So it always shocks me how quickly the time goes.
I can't believe it.
As we are wrapping up, Monica, if you could share with our audience how people can access Cazateatro, and you mentioned the summer camp that's coming up.
Yeah, we have a summer camp. Please go to our website. Cazateatro is casa with C. A lot of people, they say casa like a house. No. It's Casa de Hunting, and it's with C. So Cazateatro.
We'll put it on the screen.
We'll put it on the screen.
Yeah.
Cazateatro.org. And we have a Facebook page. We have a link where you can get more information about the summer camp. It starts on June the 24th to the 28th, 9 o'clock to 12 at the Memphis, Barlett Memphis location. It's going to be a Barlett Memphis. But we want the people to know that everybody is welcome. All the children from, if they are 6 years old and they can read, they're welcome until 16 years old as the summer camp.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. It's so good for kids of various ages to interact with each other.
Yeah. I try to work out, and this is something I might do, because a lot of people say, you don't have a Spanish class for adults. Well, sweetie, maybe. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
It is, because a lot of people come and say, I took Spanish when I was in high school and I was good, but I haven't used it. But you don't use it, you lose it.
We should just do, Monica, you should have like Spanish karaoke.
Oh, see.
Oh, that would be
and
so
then you would have so then you could be like a social club.
Yeah.
Like we could meet for Spanish karaoke
and maybe a margarita.
That's right. We'll learn the language. It's connection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's something that we want to try to do in the future. A place where the people can practice.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of professionals who know, but they feel a little intimidated to try to speak. So we want to have a place that they're comfortable and even ask questions and say it. Don't be afraid, just say it.
Yeah.
The worst thing that can happen, somebody's going to say, no, sweetie, no, you don't say it that way, you say it this way.
Yeah.
And you need that.
Yeah, you need that kind of correction.
If you're learning a language, it's different from speaking the language. And so being able to practice with someone is perfect. Practice. You need a buddy, a partner.
Yeah, please check Cazateatro's Facebook and also Memphis Noticias. We advertise everything with Memphis Noticias. And also we have our website, memphisnoticias.com, and our Facebook page and Instagram. We even have X. It was Twitter. Sometimes I forget. And a YouTube channel, so you can see more things than what we're doing.
So, Nay, as we're wrapping up, can you share a little bit about the unique services that First South provides to the Hispanic community and how people can reach us?
Yeah, definitely. So right now we are able to accept membership if you have a social, if you have an ITIN, or even if you don't have those two, passport and then an ID form from your country of birth would suffice
and that's
for membership.
very unique. That's
Yeah.
we're the only
nobody-
financial
that's the
we're the
first
only
time.
financial
Uh-huh.
institution
That is great.
Yes.
Yeah, and it just provides services for, like how I mentioned earlier, there are so many individuals in the Hispanic community that lack those documentation or those documents. And so we are able to provide alternative, forms of documentation in order to accept membership. We also have different lending products that we do on a case-by-case basis. The individuals do have to meet, certain criteria, just like an individual with a social security number would. But one thing that I am being able to help different individuals is, as we would say, is the American dream would be to, own your own home, for a lot of these families. And so we have ITIN lending for individuals that don't have a social security number. They can obtain their home through alternative forms of documentation.
You just had a mortgage closing last week, right?
So they moved it. They moved it.
Oh,
but
okay.
yes, we're closing on a home for an individual that I've helped since before we opened up the department. It was in 2022. I was able to help him with 2 vehicle refinances, his credit card, and now he's going to own his own home.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
I love bragging on Nay because the stories that she cultivates, right, are really remarkable stories. So one of our core values at First South is finding a path to yes. Because like you said, people need to meet lending criteria, right? We are a financial institution. We do have requirements we need to follow, but we are committed to finding a path to yes. And so she shared a story not too long ago where she had a member who did not meet the criteria in order to help me a little bit.
It was a personal loan.
With a personal loan.
Yeah.
But you gave him a checklist
Yes.
of things that needed to be accomplished. And then it took him 6 months.
Yes.
And then he came back to Nay and said, I did it. I'm ready.
Yeah.
And then she was able to take care of him. So
Yeah.
I think those kinds of stories, they're like just so like they fit so well with our commitment to our values. But I mean, it's real life. Like it's really making a difference in an individual's life, but ultimately making our community better and stronger across the board.
Yeah,
so thank you for what you do.
Oh, well, thank you. And I love those success stories and just being able to help individuals because as a community, we're not very trusting. The language barrier makes it hard. The backgrounds or the countries that, we come from make it hard sometimes to trust, especially when you don't know the language and it's completely different. But being able to provide those services in language, and it's cliche, but it does make a difference in people's lives completely. They go from making an $1,100 payment to an $800, $600 payment. They see the difference. It improves their lives. And so the individual that I'm closing their home on, he didn't believe me at first. He's like, he had to think about it when I was able to get him a better interest rate because he's like, are you sure? Are you hiding anything? His name is Cesar. So Cesar since then has been able to trust me and, we've gotten as far as getting him into his own home, hopefully closing in the next couple of weeks. So and anyone is welcome. I am located at Summer Oaks, 2723 Summer Oaks Drive, and by appointment only, I do help different individuals, and they come to me and tell me exactly what they're looking for, what they need to do, and we try to get them there if they're not already there. So they're able to call our phone number at 901-380-7400, and they can always ask for Nay, and they'll get transferred to me, and then I will do my very best to help them with whatever financial situation they are in. So
perfect.
yeah.
Well, thank you both for the support that you provide to the community, the Hispanic community, but the community at large. Because again, like you said, when you are intentional with people, then it spreads, it blooms, it blossoms, it grows, it helps us all grow. So thank you so much.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to come and talk a little bit more about what we're doing.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I am looking for, if you put together karaoke, I am there. I am there.
Okay.
It's on camera. And they said she's
She's
there.
already recording this. They will be doing karaoke in Espanol.
Challenge on, challenge accepted.
I can't wait.
Okay.
Well, thank you again both for being here. Gabrielle, thank you for being my co-host. This was awesome. Thank you so much for watching The Heartbeat of Bartlett. We hope that you will like and subscribe and ring that bell, ring-a-ding-ding. And this podcast would not be possible without the amazing staff at V2 Media. So
Thank
love
you.
to V2 Media. And then lastly, we'll just reiterate our love and affection for the Bartlett Area Chamber of Commerce and for First South Financial.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace out.